Good morning, and thank you all for taking your time for me here today. We are Eagle Construction, coming from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, representing Kirkwood Community College. We are here to present the Ashley home located in Mexico Beach, Florida. This is approximately 1,500 square foot home constructed on a mono-slab foundation. This home also features 3 beds and 2 baths. My name is Abby Stransky. I'm the project manager for this project, and I'll now hand off to Tommy to discuss the area of Mexico Beach.
Hello, my name is Tommy Connolly. I'm an architect on this project. This house is in Mexico Beach, Florida. It's a smaller town with a laid-back vibe right on the Gulf Coast. It is only 25 miles east of Panama City, so that means you get small town vibe, but you still have the bigger city amenities just down the road. In 2018, Mexico Beach was hit by Hurricane Michael. Since then, the area has been recovering, and with that, the housing market has been increasing and on the rise. On top of that, the area being on the rise makes this a great area for an income generating rental property, a second home, or to live there full time. This lot is located on the southern end of Mexico Beach. It's less than a 5-minute walk to the beach itself and is right off of US Route 98, making travel really convenient. This lot is also in the middle of the neighborhood, making it an infill lot. Because it's an infill lot, we have provided a brochure to hand out to all the neighbors to streamline the process and make it less inconvenient. With this lot being an infill lot, we had to be strategic about where we place certain things. So we downsized our dumpster to make it easier to work around the house, as well as adding a cardboard recycling dumpster. We also will be utilizing just-in-time storage, so that way we don't have materials that we aren't going to need for another month just sitting on the lot taking up space. I will now pass it off to Braden.
Hello, my name is Braden Duden, and I am one of the architects on this project. I'm pleased to introduce this coastal home, which blends functionality and comfort into a well-balanced living space. This 3-bed, 2-bath home offers 1,500 square feet of open concept living, providing a layout that maximizes usability and style. Our design prioritizes connectivity and flow, ensuring that each space feels open while still ensuring privacy for homeowners and guests. Our team has compiled a comprehensive plan set that includes floor plans, detailed elevations, and essential construction details, such as window installation and flashing, exterior wall section, porch soffit detail, and various other framing elements. These details will help streamline the workflow and help reduce uncertainties. One item we wanted to bring to your attention is that our team unintentionally omitted the 1-story monoslab detail from our submittal. We realize that this is an important part of the plan set, and we want to ensure that everyone involved is aware of this. As for the foundation itself, the home is designed to the top of a monoslab foundation, which our team has decided to raise the grade around the home, leaving 8 inches of foundation exposed all the way around. This eliminates the need for multiple steps into the home, and this also makes for a convenient and easily accessible entryway. For the front porch itself, we have decided to keep the front railing. We did this for aesthetic purposes, and we feel it will add to the curb appeal of the home while also enhancing the overall style of the build. We are excited about this project, and we believe that it will make a comfortable home for the future homeowners. I thank you for your time, and I will now hand it off to Emma.
Thank you. My name is Emma Wilkerson, and I was the lead estimator on this project. We've decided to break down our estimate into 3 key components: material, labor, and other associated costs. Material came in at $163,000, with labor at $78,000, and other associated costs at $118,000. With a total for this project at $359,000. We also felt it necessary to include optional additions for this home. Through conversations with industrial leaders, we have came up with 7 optional additions to add to the original estimate template we were provided. Within our estimate template, you will notice the optional additions along with their cost association. We at Eagle Construction feel that these optional additions can add to the overall value and aesthetic of this home. We also feel it important to note that we have conducted our original material pricing from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and through local businesses within our local HBA area. We also felt it necessary to research the Mexico Beach, Florida area and notice that cost of living and cost of materials are greatly higher than Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Therefore, we felt it necessary to include a 12% market increase for materials due to originally gathering our numbers from Cedar Rapids, Iowa for materials. We did thorough research and noted that materials and felt it necessary that 12% can cover the cost difference between Cedar Rapids, Iowa and Mexico Beach, Florida for materials. Through this 12% increase, we feel that it will help to ensure accuracy and successful completion of this project. We feel that this Ashley A. home through Eagle Construction will fit great within the market of Mexico Beach, Florida. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Trinix and I was the scheduler on this project. I, alongside Abby, our project manager, analyzed subcontractors' bids and used other resources to determine a 148-day working schedule. We then noticed 3 phases of our project: pre-construction, actual construction, and closing construction. We dedicated 41 days to obtaining the building permit and going through planning and approval items. We then left 100 days for the actual construction phase and left 7 days for the closing construction phase, where we attained our certificate of occupancy and went through final cleaning and punch list items. We also thought that it was worth noting the time zone change very close to our project. We will talk to our suppliers and subcontractors to eliminate any miscommunication. Next is our procurement summary, where we showcase our long lead time items, some all the way up to 6 weeks and some as little as 3 weeks. We also had some milestone objectives that we thought were worth noting, including construction to start on April 1st, weatherproof by May 14th, the start of hurricane season on June 1st, and exterior work completed on June 2nd, as well as project completion on August 26th. The reason for noting the start of hurricane season is we wanted to have all the exterior work completed, if not right at the start of hurricane season or very close to it. We realized that we were in Florida and we were going to have to deal with weather. We will use large storm tracking models to monitor this, as well as a storing, strapping, and securing method where we will brace all the loose structures within our build, as well as board all the windows to protect the integrity of our home and the surrounding areas. We will also coordinate with our site contractor to have them there as soon as possible to do the final grading, to eliminate risk associated with heavy downfall. I'll now hand it off to Abby, our project manager, to close us out.
To ensure safety and code regulations per Bay County, these lists of inspections is what we have organized into our project schedule. These inspections are required throughout the whole process, from the pre-foundation, building, and final inspections. Some important inspections to focus on are underground utilities, MEP rough-ins, and final inspections. You can use these 2 QR codes to gain access to the NAHB website to talk about the toolbox talks and the program in Spanish and English and Spanish languages. We require weekly toolbox talks using the material from the NAHB that focus on recognition, prevention, and responses to emergencies and hazards you may see on the job site. We have also provided a program by the NAHB that has 18 different sections of forms, checklists, agreements, and more. These documents include office and job site posters with information on hand signal definitions, competent person rosters, safety violations, and more. In the event of an emergency, the closest hospital is located in Port St. Joe. This is approximately 20 minutes away from our site, and we ensure all personnel to be familiar with this route to prevent any miscommunications or complications in an urgent scenario. The Bay Building Industries Association sponsors both commercial and residential construction and remodeling in Bay County and 5 additional surrounding counties. They also actively sponsor the Future Builders of America's program, which partners with the NAHB that give high school students career opportunities within the construction industry. Here's a list of our local companies and associations who have helped us with our information and preparation to be here today. None of this would have been possible without the help of these organizations. We'd like to thank you all again for taking your time for being here today, and to thank you to America's Home Place for sponsoring this year's student competition. We will now be open to any questions you may have.
Great job. Thank you for coming out here. It's a long trip. Regarding schedule, you guys had some upgrades, options to provide upgrades. Would any of those impact the schedule of the project?
They could potentially impact our schedule, but we would like to have an open communication with our homeowner, and we will try to work them into our schedule to be able to stay on track with our build. We feel that open communication will be strong through the build, and that could help prevent to stay on timeline.
Good answer. And then as far as project management goes, what are your guys' procedures to ensure everything stays on track as far as schedule and just overall management as far as checklists go?
We will keep in line with our schedule, and if there's any delays with rain or any buffers with material delivery or anything, we'll just keep in touch with the homeowner, because that's just the way construction works, I guess. There's always something that happens. So we'll just keep an open communication, like Emma said, just make sure everything is in line, trying to keep all of our subs in line according to the time change, just communication, really. Yep.
Good answer.
All right, guys, great presentation today. Enjoyed your packet. I thought it was very good. It's obvious y'all put a lot of work into it. Kudos on the plans. What program did y'all use?
We use soft plan.
Okay, good with you. But no, the estimate was very good. Y'all put a lot of work into the site sketch. And the safety plan, I think, was one of the more thorough that we've had of everybody that we've graded. So good job there. I'm going to dive into just one question, really, from your estimate. Where'd y'all get your truss number from?
We received our trust number. I reached out to a salesman through our local lumber yard, and we broke down the whole home build piece by piece and the key materials, along with the original materials that were included within the estimate template, and there were still other building materials that are necessary to build this home, so we added them additionally in there. And he helped me reach out to a truss manufacturer to gather a number for our truss package.
Good job. Yeah, it was very close to ours from our corporate estimate, so good job there.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, great presentation, really good proposal. Like Ben said on the plans, one of the things we mentioned earlier is actually one of our details, a soffit detail that was given was wrong on our part, and you guys fixed that, so thank you for that. You didn't draw it wrong. Yeah, so that's good. One of the things on the estimate was a profit margin of 6%. Could you elaborate on that number and why you came up with 6%?
Yeah, we felt that 6% through just our local market, but then we also wanted to evaluate the Mexico Beach, Florida, being that's where the home is going to be built, and we felt that that was a reasonable number, and we felt comfortable with 6% for this build.
Okay, just to let you know that's low. Not many builders will get out of bed for 6%. So. That's good. The other question or comment I had, and you probably elaborated, maybe I missed it, is you had other costs at 32.8%. What does all the other costs consist of? That's a big percentage.
Yeah, for other associated costs, we did anything from surveying to site preparation, site cleanup, dumpster, and porta-john rental.
Okay, so that's where that went. All right, good. Thank you.
All right, good job, guys. Really well done written proposal as well. A couple of questions on the estimate. Some of the units and measurements changed from what was on the template that was provided, like framing labor, I think you did an hourly rate, and roofing, you just did it by job. Was there a reason for that?
Yes, I reached out to many different customers to get different estimates, and I did it with the estimate that I ended up going with. It was some things worked out better to go with just for material. We did a quantity versus roofing, for example. I know we went with like an hourly rate, and it came by with the subcontractor we selected for that job is how we followed through with that.
Okay. Kind of to protect ourselves, we try to tie people into square footage and stuff versus hourly rate, right? And you did a good job with the SWIP and your safety plans. Any thoughts on how you would document those plans? Because, you know, if you had an OSHA violation or someone got hurt on your job, first thing they're gonna come out and say, you know, do you have a safety program in place? So how would you prove that you have a safety program in place?
As far as the SWIP goes, we would probably monitor that weekly, and especially if we had a heavy downfall of rain, we would have to clean up the site and maybe put out some silt socks to prevent anything from washing out onto the street or into other bodies' water. Tommy worked on the safety plan, so I'll hand that off to him.
But just even back on the SWIP, you want to document rain events that took place and what you did.
Heavy, large downfall rains, like if we had
Right.
maybe a minor hurricane or something really major come through, yes.
Yeah, okay.
As for the safety plan, the NAHB website provides a lot of good materials on there. So we'd probably draw from there to get forms that would work for us the best, is what I'd say.
Yeah, so if you did your weekly toolbox talks, you have a sign-in sheet for your contractors, things like
exactly.
that, to document you doing it.
Exactly.
Okay. Very good, good job, guys.
Yeah, I just want to reciprocate what everyone's saying. A really good written proposal, great presentation today. Everybody spoke clearly, good transitions between each other. Really nice to see you working together as a team. The on-screen presentation is very impressive as well. So great job on all of that. Written proposal, some things I saw that I really liked individually. You know, the schedule was really well done. You know, nice color coded. Nice to see the inspections, the lead times, the order dates for those lead time items. I can tell throughout you guys put a lot of thought into this, and that's really nice to see. So it's a great job. It also means we have to look for some difficult questions. So on the scheduling specifically, there was the install of the J-hooks, the J-bolts was shown after the inspection and the slab pour. I wanted to see your logic on that and how you might accomplish that.
Yeah, I would probably say that would probably happen before the pour. Make sure everything gets inspected at the same time.
Yeah, sometimes if you miss any, you can always do Titan bolts or do an epoxy all thread, but that obviously costs more money and time. So make sure you make sure your subcontractors that you're contracting for this know that. Also on the schedule, so did you guys look through any critical path methodology on that, or highlight a critical path with that? What program did you use for the scheduling?
Microsoft Project.
MS Project, yeah. So did you look at the critical path at all through that process to see how it tied into any predecessors throughout?
I don't believe so. We had a few of them on there, I guess, but.
Yeah, so MS Project has a tool where you can highlight the whole critical path if you populate predecessors through all your tasks, and it really helps the client to see the red line through the whole schedule. So you as a contractor also know what items are time sensitive and where you have some slack. So for future professions, I would just recommend that. It's a great tool. On the schedule as well, the painting, you had painters come in once, and it was in June before the flooring and before the cabinets and the trim was installed. Any logic on that?
I think I do not have the answer to that question, no.
No problem. I just would recommend you have a paint touch-up crew follow the trim crew and everybody else, because once you have people in a house, they're going to make nicks and dings, and that client's going to want a perfect house when they get it. But overall, great job. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Good job.
Good job.